I wanted to start with you. Mason has this really interesting rivalry and relationship with Rose. What was that collaboration like working with Cece as you brought that dynamic to life? And did you feel any pressure just given how beloved that relationship is to the fans?
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole point of that relationship entirely is that it's so real and so light and full of love and care, and it's really grounded. And I think that was like, yeah, of course you feel the nerves and the pressure coming along, but I mean, Cece's great and so easy to be just fun around. And I think that yeah, you kind of hit the nail on the head with that relationship. I think it really is important, and the fans love it and connect with Rose so much, and Mason as well. And I think that it was a joy. It was a joy.
Beautiful, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Andre, Christian faces a lot of adversity based on the decisions that his parents have made, and you handle that with so much nuance. As an actor, how did you create the space for yourself to dive into that emotional arc?
Oh, thank you so much. Well, I mean, look, the space was kind of given to us. We have a
Yeah.
wonderful crew and team that really like helped us traverse our characters and find ourselves and find what we wanted to play out through that. So I was so lucky to be working with not only these guys, but our crew and our writing team and our production team and our producers as well. But yeah, he does face a lot of adversity, and in a lot of ways, you could sit there and be like, that's so unfair. That's what my parents did. I didn't even do that. Like, why is it my fault? But I think with Christian, it's all about playing kind of that jaded side of him, but also trying to struggle against that and really trying to like find the joy, find the beauty, find the light in this world, and in a lot of ways find it through other people. So I think people will see that and hopefully relate to it a little bit. I know I did, and I think it'll be really good.
Definitely. And Kieron, Dimitri emerges as this mentor to the rest of the Guardians. Who were the mentors in your life who shaped the artist that you are today? And did you draw any parallels from them as you stepped into Dimitri's shoes?
Oh wow, that's a great question.
Wiz.
Thank you. Yeah, I think there's been many huge influences in my life. And they've come at different stages. I used to box, so my dad was my coach for a very young age. So he was the first person I ever looked up to, and I guess was molded by. And elements of our own truth come through our performances, I believe, and they help us at least give us insights. In order to take ourselves away from the character, we have to see the world through our own eyes, I guess. But I've been lucky as my acting career started to unfold. I've not been in the industry long, and I've been every day. These guys mentor me, the production team, my agents, my publicist. Everyone's sort of helped me trust in myself. And I think that's a core element of Dimitri. There's a huge element of trusting himself that's his job. His job is to protect. The instincts rely on him. Yeah, I'm very lucky for the people in my life. Yeah,
We're lucky to have you too.
I got one final question for all three of you. This series is being adapted from a really popular book series, and these characters are so beloved by so many. What's something new that you wanted to bring to each of your characters, and what's something that you wanted to make sure translated from the page to the screen?
Yeah,
Great question.
that is a great question.
I think I'll leave with that if you'd like.
Go for it. Take it.
I think the responsibility that came with Dimitri, 100%, and I know the awe that there is for him, and it's something that's a huge thing to step into. But for me, it was more than the physicality, it was more than the brute strength, it was more than the skill. I wanted people to see that there's a living, breathing person under there that might need understanding. So it was a beautiful thing in the breakdown for me, and it was underneath this lethalness is reservoirs of passion, and that's something that for me is like, oh, I hope that can unravel, and I hope people fall in love with Dimitri in a different way.
Yeah. Just to piggyback off that, I think, in the books you see so much Dimitri, tall, strong, long black hair, this and that. But I think what Kieron does so beautifully is you see the man behind his eyes, and I think that it really translates well. He's got a gorgeous little face of his.
I was gonna say he's also tall, strong. Strong.
Yeah.
I'm not 6'7",
Also-
though, I'm not 6'7".
But yeah, I think that he just nails that aspect of Dimitri, and you can't really picture that when you're reading the books, but when you see this,
You make me blush. Talk about Mason. Talk about Mason. Too nice.
But yeah, I think Mason's you know, his relationship with Rose in the books is so well received. So I just hope that we brought that to the show.
Yeah, I think for Christian, you know, there was in the books one element of him that a lot of the fans told me about, and what I got to read myself in the first book was his snarkiness and kind of his like defense mechanism towards the world, which is a lot of dry, dark humor and kind of like I don't care. And that was something I wanted to keep with Christian a lot. And then because the book is from the perspective of Rose,
Yes.
you know, we don't get a lot of moments in the book where you get to see what Christian is like by himself. And that's something that we'd have to take on, all of us, for our characters on the show. So I wanted to kind of like in my breakdown for Christian, like you said, for Dimitri as well, it said he's very thoughtful. So I wanted to show that a little bit too, show the thoughtful alone side. Like, what does Christian look like when he's by himself? That's something I wanted to find out and figure out for the show. And I
The other side of the story everyone's read, I guess.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's like the story, of course, but then the other side of it, what you don't get to read about is yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
That's the truth.
exactly. Thank you.